aka Creator Network, for this early access event for the game code for the LoveStruck Expansion Pack.
Baby, tenaz, me tienes a 120 con todo esto atrás, necesito en la casa sola.
Welcome back to another episode of our LoveBound series. And as you can see, we are here with Melinda, and she has just sent her husband off to work. He has just given her a passionate gift there. We absolutely love that. And as we know, she is expecting. We are going to be finding out in this episode what it is that they are having. I do think we will be sending her off to the obstetrician to find out what they are going to be having, which is going to be really exciting. So we will be doing some baby care. I also am going to be having them have a reception, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that in the calendar and get it set up so that they can have a reception with their friends and they can celebrate their wedding. Since they weren't able to have a wedding together, we are just going to go ahead and add an event to the calendar for them to have a reception to celebrate the wedding with their friends and spend a little bit of time celebrating them coming together as a married couple. So we're just going to go ahead and get that set up here in the calendar, and then they will be able to spend some time celebrating their union and having their friends come over and celebrate them. So that's going to be wonderful. So let's go ahead and get this set up in the calendar here, and then we will continue on with the episode. So we are just going to have all of our guests come over, and we're going to just hold this reception here at the house. We're not going to go out to any particular venue. We'll just have it here at the house, and we will get this set up for in a couple of days time, or maybe tomorrow. I think I've set it for around 4 p.m. or actually maybe I'll do it around like 2 p.m. Maybe that would probably be better. But we'll go ahead and we'll get this set up, and then we will go ahead and we will let her continue on with her day. So Melinda is just feeling really flirty right now. She is feeling super, excited about the fact that they are expecting. She is feeling really in love. She's, got all of these romantic feelings around her and her marriage and this new baby that they've got going on. And so she just knows that she wants to find out kind of what they're having. She wants to make sure everything's okay with the pregnancy. She also realizes that she does need to make sure that everything is going okay with the pregnancy. So she is going to be calling the obstetrician. She's going to be making sure that she schedules how she wants to deliver the baby, as well as doing her prenatal checks and things of that nature. So we are going to have her go ahead and call and make sure that all of that's taken care of. I don't know if I guess, since he's at work, we're probably not going to be able to have him go with us for this first appointment. But later on in the pregnancy, he'll be able to go ahead and go with us. But we are going to go ahead and do a check. So let's go and have an ultrasound and do our checks here. So we're going to have her just go ahead and we will have her get her pap smear. She's going to have to get some lab work, and she's going to need to do an ultrasound. So we'll just go ahead and we're going to have her go and talk to one of the doctors here and see about getting her tests that need to be done for her pregnancy to ensure that everything is okay with her well-being. She needs to make sure that all of her tests come back and that she's healthy, that the baby's healthy, and that this pregnancy is going along smoothly. So Melinda is just making sure that everything is going well and that everything is right on track. She does want to obviously make sure that her health is well, and so she's just doing everything that she can to ensure that the pregnancy is on track. So we are just going to get her here on the PAP table, and she's going to go ahead and do her testing here to make sure that everything looks good. So the doctor is going ahead and doing her current exam. She'll send off these results to make sure that, there's not anything that she needs to worry about and that everything comes back and is looking normal. And I do think that the results from this test do take, 24 hours. So she will get that notification in by phone and it will let us know if there's anything that we need to be concerned with. So once she's done with this test, we'll go ahead and we'll let her have herself a little bit of a ultrasound. And Melinda, thank you for suggesting. Okay, that's fine. He's funny. He's calling us from work. Like, why did you call us from work to let us know that you had a good time getting to know someone? I don't know, Andrew. I don't get it. But she's going to go ahead and get a ultrasound set up here. So she's going to go over to this obstetrician here and get an ultrasound scheduled. So Melinda's walked over and she's like, I don't mean to bother you, but if you have the time, I really would like an ultrasound. And I would like to make sure everything's okay with the baby. And so the doctor's like, yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead and go over into the exam room. So they're going to go over here to the exam room for the ultrasound. And Melinda is going to hop up on the table here, and we are going to take a quick look at the baby and make sure everything looks okay. She's going to get a picture of her little one, make sure that there aren't any complications and everything looks good, and get a first look at her little one in the womb, which is going to be really, really sweet. And I do think that Melinda is going to be super excited about being able to see her little one for the first time on the screen and hearing its heartbeat and all of those wonderful things. And it does say that everything looks good and that it does show that she is expecting a little boy. So we are expecting a son, and Melinda is over the moon and overjoyed about the fact that she is having a little boy. It's something that she's going to be able to share with Andrew, and she figures that when she sees him, she'll be able to ask him, you know, what kind of baby names he wants to pick out for the baby, and she'll be able to let him be involved in that way. So we're just going to send her over to the other exam table now, and we're going to make sure that she gets her blood work that she needs for this visit. And of course, she got her little printout of the ultrasound that she can take home and hang on the wall, which is going to be really sweet that she can put in the nursery. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get her blood work now and ensure that everything looks good with her labs. And then Melinda will be able to go on home. And she'll wait for Andrew to come on home from work so that she can tell him how her visit went at the doctor's office today and let him know what's going on with the pregnancy and let him know that he's having a son and see what baby names he wants to pick out, and that'll be perfect. So the doctor has let her know that as soon as we get the results in from the labs, that she'll be notified if there are any issues. So we're going to go ahead and send Melinda on home. She will wait for Andrew to come home from work. So I will see you once we get back over to the house, and then we will wait for Andrew to come home. So now that we have arrived back here at the house, Melinda is just going to go ahead and make sure she takes care of some of the things here at the house that need to be taken care of. She's checking the mail and checking on some of the plants. And she's going to just make sure that she, look at her put some perfume on. She's hand sanitizing. Okay, great. So she's just making sure that she takes care of some things. I really wish you had gone ahead and weeded those plants before you sanitized your hands, but that's fine. So we're going to have her just kind of take care of some things, and it does look like she's starting to get a little bit hungry, but also a little bit tired. So we're going to allow her to go ahead and just grab herself a bite to eat, and then we'll send her off for a little bit of a nap while she waits for Andrew to come home from work. She is really, really excited over the fact that she has this great news that she can share with him. And so she can't wait to see him and tell him what she has found out. She's going to be able to hang the picture of the baby up on the wall, and he'll be able to obviously go in and view that. So she is really excited that they are going to be having a little boy, and she knows that Andrew's going to be over the moon about that as well, because what man isn't going to be excited about having a little boy that he can share everything with and teach? And she's just thinking, you know, life is really, really good. They obviously weren't expecting to have a baby quite so soon, but you know, she is feeling like she's quite ready for it, and she's so in love with Andrew, and now she just knows that she's going to love this baby just as much. And so she's feeling like their world is is just all falling into place. So I'm just having her clean up a little bit, and then I'm going to send her off to have a little bit of a nap, and we will wait then for Andrew to come on home from work. I'm just surprised at how flirty she is, but she really is super flirty. But it does say she is already so much in love after having that ultrasound with the baby, so I absolutely love that. But she's going to come on in here. We're going to hang up this ultrasound on the wall, and we'll just put a little bit of a frame around it, and it will be there for Andrew to see once he comes on home. So that'll be fantastic. And then we'll go ahead and head her off to bed and let her get herself a little bit of a nap. And I will see you when Andrew gets home from work. So Andrew has arrived home from work. He actually got promoted while he was at his shift today, which is fantastic. And he is going to be making a little bit more money. And of course, he got a bit of a bonus, which is fantastic. So he is doing fantastic at his job. He is being promoted and making great strides at his career. He's just grabbing himself a little bit of a bite to eat here. And then he is probably going to need to go in there and use the washroom. And he's also feeling a little bit tired, so we'll probably need to get him heading towards bed soon. I'm not exactly sure if Melinda works tonight, but if she does, she'll probably have to get up and head herself towards work. But I would like at some point for them to be able to have a conversation about the baby and how the doctor's appointment went. I am going to have them have a little bit of a chat about that once they see each other. So we will have them have that discussion. But first, he is just going to take care of some of his own needs. I'll have him go to the washroom and then kind of clean up after himself a little bit. He is also feeling pretty flirty. I think this lot makes them feel flirty is probably part of the issue. Which makes, perfect sense considering they're both trying to get up their romance and things like that. He trying to get up his romance for obviously his work, and her getting up her romance for her aspiration. So it just kind of works out that way. And yes, Melinda has gone off to work, so she hasn't even had a chance to really chat with him about her appointment. She is, straight off to work after her little nap there. So I guess she'll have to have a chat with him when she sees him next. He, in the meantime, is going to get a little bit of reading, and he does need to read a romance novel for his career, and he also needs to work on doing a little bit of studying on the computer. So we will have him kind of work on some of his career things before he heads off and gets himself a little bit of rest, because he's not too tired currently. And so I do think that he will be able to go ahead and work on some of his career tasks here before he has to head himself into bed. He is just really career driven, and also I think he's just kind of trying to kill a little bit of time. He wants to maybe stay up and see if he can be around for when Melinda comes home from work, but she gets home really, really late, so I don't know that I'll be able to keep him awake that long. But he is going to go ahead and head on up to the nursery, and when he goes up there, he's going to see that there is that ultrasound on the wall. And I think he'll be really excited to see that she actually did go and see that the doctor, and she had that appointment, and that she has a picture of their baby. So I think he'll be really excited to be able to see a picture of their baby, even though he's not going to know that it's a boy because she hasn't had a chance to tell him that yet. He will at least be able to see a picture of the baby. And so I do think that he will enjoy that. And it does look like we have someone calling wanting to come over and visit, so maybe one of our neighborhood friends will want to come over and visit for a little while, so we'll have them come on in and visit a little bit, and we will just have a little bit of a conversation with, her name's Meredith. Is it her name Meredith? Either way, she has come on in. She is going to visit a little bit, and obviously she's helping us clean up our house, which thank you for that. We actually have a maid. We don't necessarily need you cleaning up at our house, but you do you. So he is just getting a little bit of work done on the computer here for his job task. He is studying modern love. So we love that. He is studying that. That obviously helps his romance skill go up. And we are hoping that he's going to be able to get some progress in that area. He obviously needs to get his romance skill up. But on top of that, he needs to meet that work task for the day for his career. And we have a lot of people that are just kind of coming over to our house wanting to gain access. I'm not really sure what that's about, considering it is quite so late. But we are going to have him, once he is done doing his work task, we're going to have him go on upstairs. He's going to go and view that ultrasound photo. And I think that he's going to be really thrilled about the fact that he is getting a chance to see his little one. Because obviously he was at work, and so he didn't get to go and be a part of that adventure of seeing his baby and hearing the heartbeat and all of that. And I know that at some point he will be able to go, like if we send her in her when she's in her second trimester and she's a little bit further along, we're going to send her again and we'll let them go and see the baby. And the baby will be a little bit bigger on the ultrasound, and so he'll be able to see the baby at that point. And so we'll send him so that he can be part of that as well. But right now, he's just seeing the baby on this ultrasound. But he does want to be able to go and experience that and hear the heartbeat and be a part of that with her. But for right now, the picture is having to suffice for him. So I am just going to get him in here. He's going to clean up a little bit. And look at him. He's like, I need to take a nap. No. You need to clean up these dust bunnies. They're everywhere. So I'm going to have him just go ahead and clean up these dust bunnies here. And then we'll send him downstairs and he can get a little bit of sleep because he is starting to get pretty tired and he's wanting to get a little bit of rest. So I'm going to just have him come on down and he can go on and go to bed. For the evening, he tried to stay up and wait for Melinda to get home, but unfortunately he's just shattered. And so we'll go ahead, we'll let him go on to bed, and we will just have to see Melinda when she gets back from work. And then obviously in the morning, they'll be able to spend a little bit of time together. So I will see you when Melinda gets back home. So Melinda has arrived home and she is feeling pretty hungry. I'm going to send her into the kitchen and let her grab a bite to eat. She also received a promotion at work today, which is fantastic. They are both doing so well in their careers and I'm really proud of them. They are really gaining in making money for the family. And, I think that they're really trying hard to do well in climbing their career ladders so that they can be able to provide for their upcoming soon family that they're going to be having. And, on top of the fact that they are gaining in their skills and they're gaining in trying to meet their aspirations and things like that, they're also gaining in their careers. And I think that they're doing everything they can to make the best possible life for themselves, which is fantastic. She is desperate for some fun, so it looks like she's going to try to get a little bit of TV watching going on. But really, I think maybe you should finish eating this food. Look at her. She's like, well, I just need to clean up his mess. It smells so bad. And honestly, my pregnant nose is telling me that I can't deal with this. Okay, that's fine, but you really do need to go ahead and finish this meal, and then you need to do something for fun because your fun is so low. So we'll let her do something for fun, and then I'm probably going to have to send her on off to bed because she is starting to feel a little bit tired as well, and that it is extremely late. She works really late into the evening, early morning hours, so we will want her to get some rest. I probably will have her also get a little bit of cooking done just so that there will be something ready to eat for when Andrew gets up, and something will already be ready for them to go meal-wise. So we'll maybe get her in there and let her just whip something up really fast. I think she does enjoy cooking, so that might help with her fun as well, but we'll just have to see. So she's just going to whip up some food really quickly here, and then we'll allow her to maybe work on some things for fun if this doesn't help with her fun level before she has to head herself off to bed. So she is just making sure that she has created a meal that everyone will be able to eat when they get up in the morning. Obviously, Andrew will be getting up and he could possibly be hungry, and she always wants to make sure that she takes care of them or takes care of him, and that there is something fresh for him to be able to eat. So that's what she's doing currently now, is making him some cottage cheese and pancakes. All right, so we are just going to let him get up. It looks like he's currently vacuuming, which we love. He is trying to make sure the house is tidy. She is just brushing her teeth, but I'm going to send her in there to watch a little bit of television, get her fun up a little bit. And then once he's done vacuuming, maybe they can have a little bit of a conversation about the baby. So he's just going to come in and he is going to, you know, give her a little bit of a love, and they are going to embrace a little bit here and kiss. And look at them. They are so cute together. They love each other so much.
Oh, Delroy.
He missed her so much while she was at work, and, you know, he goes to a shift and then he comes home and then she instantly goes off to her shift. And so they just really feel like they don't get to spend a whole lot of time together sometimes, and he just really misses her. And you can see it by the way they are together that they, you know, they are just smitten with one another. They're so cute together. All right, but we are going to have her go ahead and she's going to talk with him about thoughts for baby names for the child. And he's also going to ask her how she's doing with her pregnancy and things like that. So he just wants to check in on her. So I just think that, you know, he is going to have some conversations with her about the baby. He's going to ask her how the appointment went, and she's just going to let him know how everything went with the appointment, and she's going to make sure that he knows that everything is so far so good with the baby, and that he is having a son. And, you know, she's going to ask him, you know, if you had your way, you know, what would you want to name the baby, girl or boy? And so he's going to give her some name suggestions for what he would like to name the baby, whether it be a boy or a girl. And we will obviously be able to update that information. And I will probably go with whatever the name suggestions are that he gives us for boy or girl, and that is what we will name the baby, because I just think that is a good feature to use. And it looks like they have changed their family dynamic to close, or their romantic dynamic to close here. And so they are now close, which I absolutely love. Look at him cleaning up. He's like, here, let me help you out. So she has, you know, had this chat with him. We are going to go ahead, now that he has told us what baby names are that he would like to have, we are going to go ahead and go into the menu here, and we are going to go ahead and set up the preferred baby names. And the baby names are Silas for a boy and Beverly for a girl. So we're going to go ahead and set that up here. So if she has a boy, we will automatically be naming it Silas. And if she has a girl, we will be automatically naming it Beverly. Obviously, we know that she is currently pregnant with a boy, so we know that this baby's name is going to be Silas. But, you know, odder things have happened, and we will just see how it goes. So at this present time, we are just going to go ahead and let her clean up a little bit. And really, why'd you throw that down? So she is just having some conversations with Andrew. She is feeling really good. He's feeling really good. They are feeling super flirty. She's feeling so inspired. I think that, you know, him telling her these baby names that he had picked out made her really inspired. And so she is just telling him that she is really thrilled about the pregnancy, that everything's going really well, and she's hoping that it's going to continue to go well. She's going to ask him if, when it gets to the second trimester, if he would like to go with her to, you know, have another ultrasound. And he's going to tell her, well, of course. And she's also going to ask him if he would accompany her to the birth. He is obviously going to tell her that he would love to do that. So they are going to get all of that all set up, which is obviously fantastic. And she has asked him now here if he would be her confidant. I think obviously he would definitely be her confidant. You know, they have a really close relationship, and they are smitten with one another. So, you know, the fact that he is in the romance field, I think that he is used to people confiding in him, and I think he would be okay with the fact that his wife wants to confide in him. So I think that, of course, he wouldn't even hesitate to be like, of course you can confide in me, and of course I would be your confidant. So I am just going to go ahead and let her grab herself a bite to eat here. She's feeling pretty hungry. And then once we're done with that, we are going to go ahead and send her off. I think we are headed into our second trimester here. So we do need to probably go ahead and let them head off towards the ultrasound for the second trimester, because I do want her to let Andrew be a part of that with her. So we are going to go ahead and set up for a natural delivery for this pregnancy, but then we're also going to send her off and let her do another prenatal check, and we will get them another ultrasound. So now that we're at the hospital, we're just going to send them off. We're going to let them have their second trimester ultrasound here. I just want Andrew to be able to be a part of that. I want him to be able to see his son on the ultrasound scan and be able to hear the heartbeat as well, and for him to obviously be able to experience that. So we're going to send him over and allow him to sit with her and join her in that ultrasound, and let him see his child on the screen and have the same joy that Melinda got to experience with that. So she obviously is talking to her obstetrician now, and she's just letting her know that she's come back for her second trimester ultrasound scan, and her and Andrew are going to go over and they're going to join the doctor in the ultrasound room, and they're going to get that second scan done. So that is going to be fantastic. So we'll just have Andrew come over and join her here. He's just going to run over here real quick, and then he will join her in viewing the baby. Come on, Andrew, get over here with Melinda. Have a seat and take a look at your little one. And it is still letting us know that our ultrasound looks good and the baby looks healthy and that we are still having a boy, which is fantastic. All right, so we are just going to go ahead and send them on home now that they have finished with their ultrasound. Actually, maybe we'll send them to a Lamaze class now that they're both here. I think we will. We'll see if there is a Lamaze class that they can attend. Maybe they can attend a Lamaze class while they're here since they're together. And he can be really supportive of her in attending a Lamaze class. So I will see about getting her set up a Lamaze class, and they will be able to learn a little bit about the delivery, because obviously she's planning to have a natural delivery. So I think that, you know, it will be good for them to go ahead and set that up. I'm going to have him take a day of PTO, and I'll have her come over here and just set up a Lamaze class. We have hired a Lamaze instructor, which will be coming in about an hour's time. So she's just putting on a little bit of perfume while she waits for the Lamaze instructor to come, and then once the Lamaze instructor has shown up, we'll go over and we will start and join the class. Andrew's just feeling really confident walking around this hospital, getting the lay of the land. So let's go ahead and, you know, hopefully this Lamaze class will start soon here. Looks like our instructor has shown up. So we're going to go ahead and come over and have them start the class here. And then her and Andrew will join the class. And hopefully we'll be able to learn a lot of good things from this Lamaze instructor. We will be able to feel a little bit more confident about the fact that we are going to be having a natural delivery. He is, you know, Andrew's hoping that he will learn some things, because obviously, you know, he wants to be there to support Melinda. He wants to be able to help her with her breathing techniques and to be able to keep her calm while she is going through her labor. And obviously, Melinda is a little bit nervous because this is their first child and she doesn't really know what to expect. So they're hoping that they're going to learn something in this class. So they are going to come and they are going to, you know, sit through this Lamaze class, and the Lamaze instructor is going to teach them everything that they need to know that she can, so that they can be prepared as best as they can be for their upcoming birth of Silas. And we absolutely love that. So they are just going to try to soak up as much information as they can from this class. And I think that she's feeling really inspired. She's feeling really confident. And she's feeling like, you know, even though this is kind of scary, even though she's not exactly sure what to expect, she feels like she is doing everything she can to prepare herself. And so Melinda's thinking, you know, I'm at least doing everything that I know to do at this present moment, and I feel like I'm giving myself my best foot forward. And so, you know, she's proud of herself, and she is also feeling really confident because Andrew's involved. You know, he's telling her he's going to accompany her. He's coming to the Lamaze classes. He's coming to the ultrasounds. And so she feels supported, and that makes her feel like they can face whatever comes. And so she is feeling really, really happy. So now that the Lamaze class is over, we're just going to go ahead and let them both grab themselves a little bit of a bite to eat. They're both feeling pretty hungry. And then once they are done with that, we'll send them on their way back to the house, and we will allow them to basically just go home and spend some time together at the house, because they are pretty much done with everything that they need to do here at the hospital. And they are just going to have to, at this point, just wait for the baby to come. Like, she's in her second trimester. She's just trying to carry on with getting through the rest of this pregnancy together. And so we absolutely love that. But I think I am going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I will see you guys in the next episode of our LoveBound series. And until next time, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.